Hello, and welcome to Marriage Unchained, the art of one flesh, where saving marriages, saving families, and saving souls is the flavor of the day. Now, let's join our host and author of Marriage Unchained, Catholic Alpha Radical, Jerry Jacobs Jr.
Welcome to Catholic Alpha Radical Live, where I help you fix your Catholic marriage. I've coached and helped hundreds of men in their marriages, and now I want to help you. Call 313-RADICAL now. That's area code 313-RADICAL, and ask me anything on tough marital issues, such as what to do when she's asked for divorce, what to do when you have a mutual agreement of separation but you didn't want it, what to do when your wife is cold and distant, what to do when your wife is having an affair, what to do when your marriage is bad, boring, lukewarm, and passionless, what to do when you engage in a marital embrace less than once a month, what to do when you sleep in separate bedrooms, what to do when she has left the home with or without the children, what to do when you're divorced but didn't want it. Call 313-RADICAL. That's area code 313-723-4225. That's area code 313-723-4225. Again, call 313-RADICAL right now for answers to intimacy problems, communication problems, prayer and spiritual warfare problems, authentic masculinity problems, aka how to man up. So, sit back, relax, take a chill pill, and get ready to rock. But don't duck. Can you feel it? Catholic Alpha Radical coming at you now. Hello, I'm Jerry Jacobs Jr., and welcome to Catholic Alpha Radical Live, where my main mission is to keep you out of divorce court. And the Catholic Alpha Marriage Minute is for you if your marriage has very little or no emotional closeness. Your wife is asked for a divorce or separation. Your wife has left the home or you are separated. Your wife is in the home, but you are in separate bedrooms. Your marriage is just plain boring or has no passion, baby. You engage in the marital embrace less than weekly or severe less than once a month. You are divorced but didn't want it. In this special bonus 53rd episode, I ask, what are the clues your wife wants a divorce? Plus, live calls answering your marriage questions. So please get in the queue right now. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriage. So why don't you get in the queue so I can help you? Get your Catholic marriage questions answered now by calling 313-RADICAL. That's 313-723-4225. Or call in using your browser at callinstudio.com/radical1. Don't wait. Get in the queue now for some resolution to your marriage confusion. So the quote of the night, because usually I do the show in the mornings, but I'm going to talk about why I'm doing the show tonight here in a minute. So the quote of the night is, quote, if sex does not mount to heaven, it descends into hell. There is no such thing as giving the body without giving the soul. Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen, Book 3, To Get Married. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriages. Allow me to help you in yours. Get live Catholic marriage help Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, for some resolution to your marriage confusion. All right, so let's get ready to rock this. We are remember Lent, not Lent, but Ash Wednesday was just yesterday. And so just to make a quick reference, so everybody knows, we are in the Catholic Alpha program. We are all trying to do the Catholic Alpha 10-day Lenten challenge, where we basically all starting this Monday, we fast for 10 days straight, either through the regular church way of like water, tea, coffee type of thing, with no food whatsoever, or we do the, which is I think is the better way, which we do the cleanse, the master cleanse, which as you're fasting and offering that suffering up to Christ for your wife and your marriage, that is gets all the toxins out of your body. When you get toxins out of your body, like carbohydrates, over-the-counter medicines, prescription medications, sugars, all those things over time cause diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, those kind of things. So I welcome you to please join the Catholic Alpha Radical program and join us in the Catholic Alpha 10-day Lent challenge, where we will fast 10 days. Man, it's going to be rough. Start Monday. We're going to try our best to get through it. So let's go real quick. Why for this special episode tonight? Well, the special episode is on Thursday nights before on my normal group, which I have. Our program has our regular group meetings at 9 o'clock Eastern every Thursday. And so I decided that before that, I would do a When the Thrill is Gone Thursdays. So basically, that is basically on Thursday nights from 8 to 9, we will discuss everything to do with intimacy. Intimacy outside the bedroom, intimacy in the bedroom, how to bring God in your bedroom, everything to do with Christ and and bringing Him and making the intimacy between us, our wife, and Him the way it should be. And I'm not gonna lie, people are two-faced when it comes to sex. They just are. They'll talk about it. They'll watch it. They do all kind of stuff. Watch, naked people on commercials and all this kind of stuff. But when somebody comes up that really wants to talk about the marital embrace in the proper way, which teaches and engages and teaches us how to do it properly and to engage and how to bring that in our marriage so that our wives feel completely loved, then everybody gets weird. So I don't care. I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm trying to help people save their marriages. And I know that sex is the second most important thing in your marriage besides what? Prayer. So that being said, let's start rocking this, shall we? And work with our this show right here will lead into next Thursday's show and kind of get you an idea of kind of how things are going to go. Okay. So first thing I want to do all this week, we've been talking about what makes this all 4 days and tomorrow will be the same thing. What makes Jerry qualified to help you in your marriage, to help you save your marriage, to help your wife be passionate about you again, to help you be passionate about her, to help you out of marriage crisis. I'm not going to say it's qualifies me, but I've been where you are. I've had two marriages. My first wife died of leukemia. In my first marriage when I was in my early 30s, and we were in divorce court, and did not know how to be a husband. I thought I did. I'd come home, and all I know is she'd be gone. Her and the kids are gone. I wonder where everybody's at. So, back then, no one taught me how to build a great marriage. And it really hurt me, and it cost me my first marriage, and it cost me a relationship with my wife. My second marriage, the same stuff started happening in my second marriage that started happening in my first marriage. Everything goes good at first. You know why? Because everybody loves everybody. But then when the pressures of money and kids and the job and all that kind of things come up, then pressure starts hitting your marriage, and we forget and we start to neglect our wife, and then she starts to avoid us, and then we have basically a roommate condition. And I was not trying to have that. I loved my wife. I loved my family. And I told myself, what can I do to fix this? Because I'm not trying to lose a second wife. And so that's what I did. I started working on myself. I came to the faith. I started getting into God more and understanding what the faith truly is about. understanding how to how what my I try to start learning more about my wife and what she needs as a woman to be happy and fulfilled. And so what I want to do is pass that on to you. And the other thing about it is my other experience is I've coached men. I've coached, helped thousands of men, but actually coached hundreds of men in their marriages. And if not much I haven't heard, there's not much I haven't heard. So I've built a lot. I've built a program that's successful that men get help from and bring marriages back together because I am sick and tired of it. I was sick and tired of it. And so now the reason I'm doing the live shows is because I wanted to help more people. So you can comment if you got anything to say, but mainly I'd like you to call. I like to take at least one call per show. I would take more if there are more, but I'm very in depth. I really want to help the person, so I want to listen to everything they have to say. So if you feel that you have anything to go on, that you want to bring up, I'm here for you. And so let's rock this. So let's go. So what are the behaviors of a troubled wife? What are the behaviors of a troubled wife? What are the behaviors of a troubled wife? Huh? Moreover, what are the clues your wife displays when she is unhappy and considering or planning to leave your marriage? A more important question is why? Do you even care? Do you know? You must learn to read your woman. Those of you listening think your wife will never leave you. You're in a dream world. Right now, things might be okay or great. It doesn't matter. If things start going bad, your wife loses emotional connection. She will be gone, and you will not understand as a man why or what happened. And if right now the answer to the question of are you and your wife as emotionally close as you could be is no or I'm not sure, you have entered the wife's exit strategy zone where your wife is considering or has considered what to do about the lack of emotional connection in your marriage. You have to understand that for women, I've said it all week, emotional closeness is everything to them. When it's gone, they want to be gone because they figure, what am I here for? Okay, this is why you have to, at all times, gentlemen, be on top of your game. All right, and I'll talk more about that in the second half. So why? Because for her, this is the most important thing: emotional connection above God, the children, her duty as a wife or mother, etc. Once the emotional closeness is gone, she will start telling herself, "This is not what I signed up for." Women sign up for your love. They don't sign up to have bad sex. They don't sign up to wash dishes and take out the trash and have all these kids and go to work 12 hours a day. They sign up for you. And when they feel you're neglecting them or not giving them what they need, then they start to wonder, what am I in this marriage for? And then that's when we start having problems. Okay? So if the answer is, I can be happier, sadly, she will start planning her exit strategy and you, her husband, will not even suspect it. For this reason, I have created this series and it's so invaluable. These clues that I've created are so valuable that if you're willing to listen and act upon them, this will save you a lot of pain. There are over 30 clues and I'm doing 30-something shows and each show will have a clue in it. Why? Because I want you to understand what's happening before it happens. That's the great thing about hanging out with me. I'm going to try my best to let you know what your wife is thinking, what she needs, what she wants as a wife, how to make her fulfilled, and how to know when things are happening with her before she knows it. And a lot of men that especially, on Facebook, because people on Facebook, they kind of don't really understand a lot of things. The reason that it's going to seem like I'm on the wife's side all the time. I'm not on the wife's side. I'm not. I'm on God's side and marriage's side and children's side. That's the side I'm on. The reason why is because your wife is the heart of your home. And when she is not right, your house is in chaos. You're not happy. She's not happy. The kids ain't happy. And everybody in your environment is not happy. Okay? This is how important you are as a man. Your job is to make your wife so fulfilled and happy and feel loved and cared for as a woman that she will take the love that you give her and spread it to your family, their family and their family, and to everybody you know. That's how important women are. They have seemed to have lost that today. But men, I'm here to teach you why you're so important as a man. Your masculinity is important. Your authentic masculinity is important as Christ gave to you. Saint Joseph and Christ, those are your examples as a man. Okay? And so the reason that I look at the women is because if you serve your wife first, she will in the end give you tenfold service back. But the problem is most men don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do that. We want to have her change first, and then we'll change. See, that's the devil, and that's society getting in your marriage. You as the man are held responsible, and once you understand that, things are better. All right. So if you make the rookie mistake and think she's being emotional or I'll take care of this later, you'll find that later never comes, and your wife and family have exited stage left. Because I know from experience that no one teaches us how to build a great, loving, passionate, and exciting marriage over decades. So in my effort to help you, I present to you the clues that, if noticed or better yet removed from your marriage, will help you rekindle it and save your family and much agony and pain. In tonight's episode, I'm sorry, I used to do that at night. In the daytime. But tonight's episode, we cover clue number 14, that your wife wants a divorce. And we will hit that real strong after this quick break. If you're getting value from this podcast and would like more personal marriage help, visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an opportunity to work with me personally for free. Yes, within 30 days, learn how to become a better husband that attracts your wife back to you. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com and get a plan tailored specific to your marriage and situation. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriages. Allow me the chance to help you using my personal and gained experience. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for superior coaching for your marriage. Again, SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com. That's SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com to become the man God created you to be and the husband your wife needs. Lastly, I always get the question, why don't you help women? And I always answer them, I do. So, for all of you beloved wives out there that want to reignite that feeling of emotional closeness and complete love from your hubby, consider marriage coaching and visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an improved marriage within 30 days. All right, welcome back. So before I tell you the number 15 clue of why your wife may want a divorce, let's review the first 14. Now look, when I say these, I want you as a man to sit here and really contemplate what I'm saying. Don't just blow off these 14 clues and just think, oh, Jerry's just tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm trying to give you a little bit of help so that you can understand, if you have these clues, if you have more than one, and this is only basically half of them, if you have more than one in this list, you have serious marriage problems. You just don't know it. And that's why I like to tell guys things so that they can see their future, that I can say, you can say to yourself, you know what, this is the Holy Spirit tapping me on my shoulder. Maybe I should hear and listen and try to take heed, okay? Because I know that you know somebody that has marriage problems or has divorced or has an annulment and all of that stuff. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to work together and have you, get rid of, help us get rid of this crap, okay? So let's get started. So the first 14 are, number 1, does your wife seem distant? Is she spending more time with single friends? Number 3, does she seem uninterested in the marital embrace? Number 4, is she still as supportive as she used to be? Number 5, is she still as loving as she used to be? Number 6, Does she go out to clubs and events without you? Number 7, does she take longer to answer your texts or phone messages than she used to? Number 8, has her conversation with you become very short and to the point? Number 9, has the bickering increased? Number 10, has the arguing increased? Number 11, has she started putting the kids above you? Number 12, has she started putting her friends, siblings above you? Number 13, have you stopped going to mass and entering the spiritual battle daily? Number 14, does she seem unusually depressed or unhappy? Woohoo! And so, the number 15 clue that your wife may want a divorce, drum roll, please. Woohoo! You engage in the marital embrace less than once per week. Ooh, they ain't gonna like that one, Jerry. They ain't gonna like that one. Yep, sir. Less than once a week. Number 15, you and your beloved wife engage in the marital embrace less than once a week. Okay, this is huge. It's huge. Why? Because sex is the second most important thing in your marriage. Behind what? I'll give you 3 seconds to answer. 1, 2, 3. Behind prayer. Sex is the second most important thing in your marriage behind prayer. Okay? Why? Because the marital embrace bonds the couple. It creates emotional closeness on a regular basis. And what did I tell you in the first part of the podcast is that for women, the emotional connection is everything. This is why you have to make love on a regular basis at a minimum of once a week to keep the emotional closeness and the fire and passion in your marriage going. Now, some of you are going, Jerry, she don't want to do it. I tried. Well, I'm going to teach you tonight how to change that. So stay with me, okay? Stay with me. All right? So the marital embrace combined with date night and the nightly bonding conversation is priceless. So I just told you something. If you ain't going on date night at least once a week, you're not bonding with your wife properly. If every night you guys don't have at least a 30-minute to an hour conversation, which I call a bonding conversation, you are losing the emotional connection. Why? Because throughout the day and the week, you guys are out, the kids, games, work, all this stuff is all around you. And if you go weeks and days without even talking to each other, having an in-depth, great conversation with each other, how do you expect your marriage to last? How do you expect your marriage to be one of those great legendary marriages that I always talk about? Okay? Those little things right there, I just says, do your best to make love at least once a week. Go on date night at least once a week, the same night every week. And have a bonding, close conversation at least 30 minutes to an hour every night when you guys come home from work. So on this morning show, we discussed this, and one of the listeners told me that there are 168 hours in a week. Okay, so think about what I just said. There's 168 hours in a week. So you are telling me that out of 168 hours, you and your wife can't find the time or the will to make love for 1 hour, 60 minutes, or 3,600 seconds. Think about it. In this case, if this is the case, your marriage is very close to being a sexless marriage, which by definition means that you make love less than once a month. And we'll talk about that at another time. That's a lot more serious than less than once a week, okay? But that is what's defined as a sexless marriage. You make love less than once a month, basically less than 10 times per year. Please try to hear what I'm saying, okay? Look, if a couple can't find time to be intimate 1 hour a week, there are serious underlying marriage issues. First off, If the husband wants to make love, but his wife is denying him, he must ask himself why. So this is what I want you guys to think about. If you're not, because most men, look, okay, first of all, women, the marital embrace is way more important for women than for men, just to get that out there. Why? Because women are more emotional, and they need the marital embrace from you to feel loved and fulfilled as a woman. Okay, that's just part of it. But you've got to understand, if you're not if you're not having as making as much love as you want to, you've got to ask yourself as a man why. That's the first part of understanding how to get more, how to be closer to your wife, more intimate with her. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep going, because I want you to really think about and try to understand that if you want to be more intimate with your wife on, say, twice a week or 3 times a week or 4 times a week or whatever it is that you want to do, you've got to do the work. It takes work. Women just don't sit there, and women have to be prepared. You just can't like say, hey, baby, let's go to bed and jump in the bedroom and go, oh, okay, let's do it. No, women don't work like that. Okay? So if a couple can't find time to be intimate 1 hour a week, there are serious underlying marriage issues. First off, if the husband wants to make love, but his wife is denying him, he must ask himself why, like I said. And if your wife has no desire for you, this means that the emotional connection in your marriage is gone, almost gone, or is on its way of being gone. All right? Once she feels the emotional closeness is gone, then she will go right out the door with it. This is why I want you guys to start to understand and read your woman, like I talked about this morning, that we have to learn how to read our wife. How does she move? How does she talk? Her body language, everything about her thoughts, her feelings. Do we listen to her without interrupting and things like that, so that she's willing to open up and talk to us? So that we know what's wrong with her if there's a problem before she knows there's a problem. This is how you take care of your wife. This is how you take care of her soul, her psyche, her emotional stability. Okay. Next, whether the emotional close is physically gone or she emotionally checks out, it really doesn't matter. As a husband, you must figure out why and fix it. If your marriage is to this point, it already means that you as a husband have kept your head in the sand too long and allowed this to fester. As a man, you must realize that emotional closeness for women is number one. And when it's gone or close to being gone, she would not want you to touch her, kiss her, or make love to her. So one of the things you got to understand, if right now, let's say you're making love less than once a week, or you are making love once a week, it's not the way that you want. You guys are not really, she's not into it or whatever. You've got to understand that if your wife doesn't want you to touch her or kiss her or anything like that, that just means that she's not feeling connected to you. She's not feeling bonded to you, or she feels that it's leaving. And honestly, she doesn't know what to do. She really doesn't. Just like right now, you probably don't know what to do. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to show you, give you a little help. But women, they don't really know what to do either. They just know that right now, I don't feel close to my husband. And guess what? She's not going to say anything either. She's not going to tell you. She's not going to sit you down and say, you know what, honey, I don't feel close to you right now. That's rare. If they do tell you that, oh my God, that's a blessing. Don't get mad, embrace it. Okay? So, also, if there's no emotional closeness and she doesn't want you to touch her or kiss her, no walks, no spending time together, no cuddling, none of that. No intimacy inside or outside the bedroom. That's important. As her husband, it is your job to figure this out and fix it. Have you been neglecting your wife? Think about what I just said. Have you been neglecting her? So here's some clues that maybe you have been. Marriage is tough, okay? So if you're neglecting her, which I mean what? Putting your job, your friends, your parents, your children, your hobbies before your time and attention to her. Again, women are high maintenance. No matter if they have $1 billion or $1, they need validation of your love every day. And if they don't get it, what'll happen is they will start to avoid the issues and try to separate themselves from you over time. Okay. Marriage is tough enough when we do things right, right? And 10x tough when we don't. I need you right now tonight to get back in the game and get on your job as a husband and remember that marriage and the Catholic faith, the Christian faith are not about feelings. They are about intellect and logic and your will. What do I mean? You pray even when you don't feel like it. You give your wife attention even when you don't feel like it. You make her feel special even when you don't feel like it. The reason why, if you rely on your feelings to love God, to love your wife, to love your children all the time, it will fail you. You'll look up and your wife will be separated from you and you'll be looking for another woman. And I don't want that for you. Enough men are doing that crap. All right. So how do you do this? How do you get back in the game? You must at all costs prepare her for your love and start making love to her outside the bedroom. Yes. So what does that mean? Remember I talked about earlier making love inside the bedroom and making love outside the bedroom. So what that means is your wife must be prepared for your love. Women must be prepared for sex. Okay? Why? Because women, they do that multitasking thing, man. They, if you don't prepare your wife to make love to her, and I'll tell you what that is in a minute, you'll be making love and something be weird. Like she'll be thinking about, okay, well, I got to go wash the dishes or I got to go take the kids to the baseball game, or I got to take the kids to school, or I got to take out the trash, or I got to go see my mama. They start thinking about all these other things besides you. This is why you must prepare her so that when it is time to make love, she's ready. And then once you are ready, you do a prayer and you bring God into the bedroom with you. Okay. So when I say make love outside the bedroom, what does that mean? When I say prepare her for your love, what does that mean? Fun conversations, deep conversations, going for walks together, serving her and doing the small things that prove you are doing it just because you love her, making her laugh, just plain getting into her, kissing her on her neck, patting her on the butt, hugging her from behind, deep kissing her for at least 20 seconds outside when she's washing the dishes or something. Believe me, women want to please you. That's your beloved. She's your wife. She wants to please you. But you as the man, you have to bring the passion into your home, into your marriage. Why? Because you're the one ultimately responsible for your marriage anyway. Your wife will follow your lead if you show her that you truly love her and you date her and court her every day and win her heart. Okay? And I know, guys, I know it's tough. I know it's a lot. But over time, I promise you, I've been doing this for 20 years. And I'm telling you, it gets easier because it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, you actually enjoy doing it. You actually enjoy praying for your wife. You actually enjoy spending time with her. You can't wait to get home to be near her because when you get home, she is going to love you and take care of you and serve you and respect you like St. Paul says in Ephesians 5:21-33. Bam, for real. So again, wives must be prepared for your love. They are not robots. They need you to make love to them outside the bedroom, which for her will transfer to love inside the bedroom. Okay, did you hear that? Women need you to make love to them outside the bedroom so that it will transfer for them inside the bedroom. Okay? Because if you do what I just said and you work on it and you become a master at it, what will happen is your wife will like having sex with you again. She will like having the marital embrace and being intimate and loving and cuddling with you. And it's a lot less effort than you get upset with her because she doesn't want to be close to you or be intimate with you tonight. But if you do what I'm asking you to do, man, it will get better. Just that little stuff I've covered so far. Okay. So next, When I say a transfer inside the bedroom, also, you got to put her back as the top priority in your life. Make your wife feel special again by actually dating and courting her daily. Stop treating her like a stranger on the street or a partner in a business. That's another thing we do. We have come to this point in our society where we treat our beloved not like a beloved, but like a roommate or a partner in a business, or a stranger on the street. And women didn't sign up for that. They signed up to be dated every day, to be made feel special. And I know I keep harping on that, but man, I'm telling you, if you do that, what'll happen is she will feel loved and she will serve you more. And then you have a true marriage of service of God, including God and Christ in the Trinity. Okay, this is what you really want. Even though you might not know it, this is what you really want. You want a Trinity, you, God, and your wife. Because then once that happens, your home becomes peaceful. Your children follow you. Your children love you and your wife. They see a great marriage. Then your kids want to get married too. See, today, people always wonder why their kids don't want to get married, or their little sweet daughter is sleeping with some knucklehead and living with him. And parents wonder, why is my daughter doing that? Or my son living with this girl and not marrying her? They're doing it because of your example. I tell you what, and I am not bragging. I'm just letting you know, before I got kids, they can't wait to get married. They can't wait. They can't wait to get married. I got two of them that got married in the same year because I think that they saw me and my beloved, and they saw how much we love each other, and they want that. And that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants that person that they enjoy being around, that's their best friend, that they can enjoy being with the rest of their life and building something great. And your marriage can be great. I promise you it will. God will give you the graces, but you as the man have to work for it. You have to create it. Okay, this is the power you have as a man. It really is. It's just that this crappy society always makes us feel like we're dumb and we're ignorant and we're aloof and we don't know nothing. And that's not true. If you are a Christian soldier, if you are a man of courage, a man of God, you don't need society. You just need him to guide you. And he will show you that you don't need them, that what you need is him, your beloved wife, your beautiful children, and then your country. This is what you need. Okay? So, moreover, your wife is your beloved. She didn't sign up to be treated like a partner, she didn't sign up to be treated like that, or a roommate. She signed up to be your best friend. Become her best friend again. And if you were not before, get on the job and do it right now. Make a pact with yourself that I am going to get into my wife again. I'm going to show her that she is the most important person in my life. I'm going to make her feel special every day. And when I don't feel like doing that, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay? Become your wife's best friend, and that will increase your intimacy outside the bedroom and, of course, inside. The better friends you are, the more you love God, the more you two will become and build a great marriage. Learn your beloved's mysteries. Get into her just as you were before you were married. Remember, before you were married, you did anything you could to get in her pants. Right? Now you can laugh with me. Go ahead. You know I'm telling the truth. But I understand that you're a man. But when you get married, things change. And you have to even more to show her how you feel. Okay? This is why if you've been married 5 years or 10 years or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years, your wife has grown. This is why you have to learn her mysteries. So that learn about her, get back into her, let her show you the woman she has become. And she is different. Stop allowing Satan to interject himself into the middle of your marriage because you are distracted as a man and you refuse to do your job because of laziness or indifference. We get indifferent these days as a man. We get lazy. Why? Because we're tired. We don't, we're out here. It's tough being a man out here. It's tough being a man in society today, especially. At least back in Roman times, we knew what to expect. You pull your sword out and you start fighting. Today, we can't even let our boys play football no more or do any kind of thing without people telling us, oh, you're abusing them or they're going to hurt themselves. Our boys have no place to be warriors anymore. The football field, the NFL, Little League football, high school football, college football is the only place left for boys to become warriors. And that's what we need today, like Christ, like St. Joseph. Okay? Understand, if a marriage is boring or passionless, it's because the husband is boring or passionless. Again, if a marriage is boring or passionless, it's because the husband is boring or passionless. Why? Because God has set you responsible for your marriage and the success and the failure of that marriage. You are the leader. You're the one that God told Adam to name everything in the Garden of Eden. When God told Adam to name everything, that was God saying, Adam, you are responsible. So Adam is our first father, and so that means we men are responsible for our house. We're responsible for this society. And what are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? Okay? So if your marriage is, as a man, if your marriage has no passion in it, or it's boring, or it's mediocre, look at yourself first. That's what I did. That's what all great men do. All Christian soldiers do. We act like Christ. We look at ourselves and say, what can I do to make myself better? So that my wife looks at me and respects me and loves me. And my children look at me and love me and respect me. And God looks at me and says, well done, my son. Well done. Okay? So, women want to be won every day. Women want to be won every day. Win her heart every day. They know the gift they possess. Believe it or not, women know the gift they have. Now, whether they want to give it to you, that's a whole other story. This is why you must earn that. It's a gift, and look at it as a gift every day. Every time you want to make love to your wife, look at that she is giving you a gift, that she is giving you part of her soul, her mind, and her body. Women, the marital embrace for women is not the same as for men. They're receivers. And so when we as men mate with them or love them or be intimate with them, we are entering into a realm in their body, in their soul, in their mind, in their psyche, in their spirituality. And it's a gift, and they know it's a gift instinctually. All right, but a lot of times men don't understand. We really don't. And it's kind of not our fault. We have not been taught how to be men these days. Our pastors, our priests, our bishops, our popes, they water down the faith. Protestant pastors too. Everybody has another agenda besides that of Christ's agenda. And if our priests don't talk about death, judgment, heaven, and hell every Sunday, they're doing us an injustice. They are. And most men understand this. That's why men don't come to church. They get away from it because they know that when they walk in there, it's what they're getting. The thing about the Catholic Church is you have to go anyway. Why? Because Christ is in there. Christ is there. And so you need that Eucharist for grace. Okay? We can go into that different thing. Okay, that's a Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. discussion. But I want you guys to know that Christ, the Eucharist, being in grace with God is where you get your power as a man from. Because you have a twofold mission to protect and defend your home and defend it from Satan. And you can't do that if you're not going to confession and things like that. Okay? So, look, here's the deal. The deal is, and your wife understands it very well. She understands this. The deal is you are the pursuer and she is the pursued, the pursuee. She has what you want. You got to go get it. It's a game. It's a game, dude. It's a fun game. It's a lifelong, beautiful, fun game. Your wife knows she's your wife. She knows it. But she knows, every wife on this planet knows that it's her duty as a woman to make love to you whenever you reasonably ask for it. So reasonably ask for it means what? It means reasonably ask for it means that she's not sick or in deep physical pain. Basically, that's reasonable. Other than that, just because she has a headache or she's tired, that is not an excuse not to make love to your husband or make love to your wife. Okay? But the deal is, you are the pursuer and she's the pursued. And if you look at it like that your whole life, you have fun with it. Sure, you're going to get frustrated with her. You're going to get a little mad at her. But in the end, when you guys come together in that bedroom with God there, it's all worth it. And that's how you have to look at it as a man. And you will love the game. She loves the game. She really does. But in her mind, I've got the gift and you got to earn it. Why? Because she didn't sign up to be bored or in a bad marriage or be with somebody that neglects her. But if you do what I'm asking you to do, man, it will happen. Okay? And if you don't know and you need more help, go to SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com and watch the marriage masterclass or sign up and talk to me. And you'll see, I'll help you. All right? So next. Woo, man, y'all wearing me out tonight. So get in the game. Get over it and get in the game. Serve her well and serve her often. She will return your service tenfold. This is the reason why I beg you to change and fix yourself first, because then and only then will your beloved follow. And what is the payoff? What is the payoff? The payoff is all of the intimacy you can stand in a marriage that spans the test of time and generations to boot. Bam. Let's talk about your Catholic marriage problems. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Eastern. Live streamed on the Catholic Alpha Radical Facebook page and CatholicAlpha.com. If you're getting value from this podcast and would like more personal marriage help, visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an opportunity to work with me personally for free. Yes, within 30 days, learn how to become a better husband that attracts your wife back to you. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com and get a plan tailored specific to your marriage and situation. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriages. Allow me the chance to help you using my personal and gained experience. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for superior coaching for your marriage. Again, SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com. That's SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com to become the man God created you to be and the husband your wife needs. Lastly, I always get the question, why don't you help women? And I always answer them, I do. So, for all of you beloved wives out there that want to reignite that feeling of emotional closeness and complete love from your hubby, consider marriage coaching and visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an improved marriage within 30 days. And so that is our special episode, bonus episode tonight, our first kind of lead into our Intimate Thursdays, which I call When the Thrill Is Gone Thursdays. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned a little bit and that I helped you, because this is what this is all about. It's what it's all about. Us becoming the man God created us to be, and us becoming the man or the husband our wife needs. That is what I call a holy lover. That's my wish for all of you, to become holy lovers in your marriage, that you become the men that God would love you to be. And that being said, Mary Kathleen Young Jacob says, awesome, dude. Oh, thank you. So, if no one's going to call tonight, which is fine, I know it's late, But I hope that, like I said, I hope I've helped. And if anybody wants to ask a question right now, while I go over a couple of things real quick, feel free. I'd love to talk to you and answer your question. I have like 13 minutes left, but I also have group tonight too, so I've got to kind of balance that. But just to, again, every Thursday night from 8 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll have what we call the When the Thrill Is Gone Thursdays, which we talk about intimacy in marriage, Christ in marriage, the church's view on sex, and we can talk about whatever you want. You want to talk about same-sex marriage, you want to talk about contraception, you want to talk about pornography, masturbation, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, we can do it. We can do it. But the main thing I want you to do is what I call become a making love, a master of love making. So for the benefit of your wife, because that is who, in the end, we have to understand that when we're in the bedroom, we cannot ever think about ourselves. Our wives need us, and that is what this is about. Understanding what intimacy is outside the bedroom, how to cultivate it, how to make your wife fall in love with you and stay in love with you for decades. That's what this is about. And if you learn and really try your best and become the man that God wants you to be, and the husband your wife needs, you will see that it will all start to come together. Okay. Lastly, real quick, remember the Catholic Alpha 10-day challenge. Starting Monday. We're going to go from Monday to the following Thursday, the 2 Thursdays from there. That'll be 10 days. And it's going to be tough, but hey, let's do the master cleanse. If you don't know what the master cleanse is, just go on YouTube and Google master cleanse. It's like a lemonade that you drink that cleans the toxins out of your system. And remember, 2 more things. When you fast, you must offer that suffering up to Christ, for your wife, for your marriage, for the priest, for the church, whatever. You always remember that your suffering has meaning. It always has meaning, but it means nothing if you don't offer it and unite it with Christ. Also, we don't fast on Sundays. My wife tells me all the time, it's a feast day. So basically what you have to do when Sunday comes, you don't fast. What you do is you have to drink some broth, some soup, like some broth, some chicken broth, some vegetable broth, some whatever, to not, you don't want to go against God. So that's kind of what we're doing. All right. So with that being said, in conclusion, as we always do, we end with a quote from Pope Benedict XVI, which states, "Society offers you comfort, but you weren't made for comfort. You were made for greatness. So go forth, Christian soldier. The spiritual fight is upon you. Fast, pray, and prepare for battle." Thank you for listening in today. If what you heard helped you in any way and you would like more personal attention, visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for superior marriage coaching. And remember to join the Catholic Alpha Radical Live podcast as a caller or listener every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. To join as a caller, dial area code 313-RADICAL. To join as a listener or view the live stream, visit the Catholic Alpha Radical Live Facebook page or visit CatholicAlpha.com for Catholic marriage help that actually works. Bam.